Assalamu alaikum. How are you, dear students? I hope you are fine. You know, we are discussing first year at Hero of the first unit. In the previous lectures we discussed that it was the writer's 12th birthday when he entered the inhospitable region of examination. He had to go through it for the next 7 years, right? These examinations were very difficult for him because examiners' favorite subjects were not his favorite. He would have liked to have been examined in history, poetry, right, and writing, essays. Examiners were partial to Latin and mathematics on the other hand, and their will prevailed. There will prevail. It means examiners will prevail. Questions from both these subjects used to be those to which he could not write a satisfactory answer. Examiners always tried to expose his ignorance. This sort of treatment had only one result, that he did not do well in the examinations. Right? Then we discussed that it was entrance examination to Harrow and he was unable to answer a single question in Latin paper. He wrote his name at the top of the page, and what he added more was he wrote the number of the question, and after much reflection, he put a bracket around it, like that, right? And then unknowingly, there appeared dots, smudges, right, on the piece of paper, to make the paper more ugly, right? Today we will look at this section. I gazed for 2 whole hours at this sad spectacle, and then merciful ushers collected my piece of foolscap with all the others and carried up to the headmaster's table. Right? He was continuously looking to this sad spectacle, this sight, right? And the very next moment, the kind ushers, means assistants, helpers, came and collected his piece of foolscap. Foolscap means paper, with all the others, and carried it up to the headmaster table, because the allotted time or the given time was about to finish. Meanwhile the assistants came and collected his piece of paper along with the others and carried his paper to the headmaster table. It was from these slender indications of scholarship that Mr. Weldon drew the conclusion that I was worthy to pass into Harrow. This was quite surprising. Despite having nothing jotted down in the paper, Mr. Weldon took what the writer did in the paper broad-mindedly and drew the conclusion that he is able to go and study at Harrow, right? This was quite surprising for us as well as the writer too. Okay, here slender means little, small. Okay, subtle. It was from these subtle indications of scholarship. Scholarship means his knowledge. What he did in the paper, the way he showed in the paper. Okay, to write the number of the question and then write drive bracket around it and with some smudges and dots. Okay, that was all he did in the paper. But Mr. Weldon, okay, took it broad-mindedly, okay, because he was not accustomed to see things superficially. Okay, he might have seen something from the writer's paper that he stood worthy to pass into hero, right? It is very much his credit. Okay, he must be indebted to Mr. Weldon for taking his paper, okay, broad-mindedly. So the credit, all the credit was on Mr. Weldon's shoulder. It showed that he was a man capable of looking beneath the surface of things. Okay, this shows that he is a man who, okay, is not accustomed, habitual to see things superficially from the surface. Okay, rather he is a man who is capable, able to see things beneath the surface. Okay, he was a man not dependent upon paper manifestations. Okay, to give him admission at Harrow, he did not depend upon the paper manifestation, what is given in the paper. Okay, if he would be dependent upon paper manifestation, then the writer would not have been entitled to get admission at Harrow. Okay, I have always had the greatest regard for him. That is why the writer had always always greatest respect for him, for Mr. Weldon, right? Okay, here's about manifestations. Manifestation means exhibition, demonstration or evidence in the paper. Okay, there was nothing in the paper worthy to take the writer into Harrow. Okay, but again Mr. Weldon took it open-mindedly, broad-mindedly, right? And he was mad entitled to get admission at Harrow, right? Okay, in consequence of his decision, I was in due course placed in the third or lowest division of the fourth or bottom. Okay, resultantly, in consequence, resultantly, our result, in the result of his decision, he was placed in the lowest division of the class, that is the fourth. Okay, there are divisions according to capabilities of the students, like the premier division, the first division, the second division and the third division, right? The bright students are to be placed in the premier division, and the next category to be placed in the first division, and then the second, and then third. And the most deserving students are, you can say, poor students are supposed to be placed in the fourth division. And the same happened to the writer, that he was placed in the bottom category, the fourth last category. The names of the new boys were, sorry, there is mistake, were print it in the school list, okay, in alphabetical order, and as my correct name Spencer Churchill begin with S, I gain no more advantage from the alphabet, okay, than from the wider sphere of letters. I was in fact, okay, only 2 from the bottom of the whole school, and these 2, I regret to say, disappear almost immediately through illness or some other cause. Okay, to add fuel to the burning, since his correct name starts or began with S, so he could not get advantage from, okay, the alphabet of his name, so he was placed, okay, 2 from the bottom, means there were only 2 students, okay, in the bottom, okay. Then the writer, you can say that his name was on the 3rd from the last, okay. But what happened next? Okay, he was regret to say that, okay, those 2 students were in no time had to leave the college, the school, Harrow, due to illness or due to some other reasons. So his name consequently landed at the bottommost in the list, right? Okay, look at the difficult words. Consequence means, as I have said to you earlier, okay, consequence means because of, as a result, right? And regret means okay, feel sorry about or repent or mourn, grieve over, right? Look at this in the next paragraph. I continued in this unpretentious situation for nearly a year. He was, okay, to continue with the same situation for nearly a year, okay, and the situation, according to the writer, was unpretentious. Unpretentious means, okay, ordinary, okay, right? Or you can say that itching or stressful, troublesome, unpretentious or inhospitable situation for nearly a year. However, by being so long in the lowest form, I gain an immense advantage over the cleverer boys. Okay, however, by being so long in the lowest form, I gain an immense advantage over the cleverer boys. How? They all went on to learn Latin and Greek and splendid things like that, but I was taught English. Okay, this was the advantage he gained over the, okay, brightest boys or, okay, intelligent boys in the class, right? Being persistent in the lowest category, okay, he was not allowed to go for Latin and Greek like, okay, the bright boys or, okay, the intelligent boys, right? And he was taught English, okay, simply because he was in the lowest form or in the lowest category. Here I want to make you all clear about that. Okay, that time Latin and Greek were order of the day. They were in fashion, they were in need, like English today. Okay, that is why the intelligent students were supposed to, okay, go for Latin and Greek, whereas and these things are supposed to be splendid, marvelous, extraordinary, right, like that. But the writer was, okay, taught English, and this was the advantage he talked about, or he's talking about, right? We were considered such, okay, Okay, where is it? Sorry, there is confusion. Okay, we were considered such dunce that we could learn only English. Okay, just see. Okay, they were considered, they were thought to be dunce or stupids. Dunce means stupid, that they could only learn English. Mr. Somerville, a most delightful man, to whom my debt is great, was charged with the duty of teaching the stupidest boys the most disregarded thing, namely to write mere English. Okay, just see how much painful it is. Okay, the writer and fellows like him were supposed to be dunce, means stupid. Okay, whereas Mr. Somerville was assigned with, he was really a nice person, delightful person, and he was assigned with the duty, he was charged with the duty, means he was assigned with the duty to teach those disregarded, disrespected, stupidest boys, the thing, namely to write only English. He knew how to do it, and Mr. Somerville knew it well how to do it. He taught it as no one else has ever taught it. He was he was having full command on the subject matter. That is why he taught it. He taught English as no one else has ever taught it. His way of teaching method was splendid. Not only did we learn English parsing thoroughly. Parsing means division. Just look at a sentence. For example, I am driving my car. If we parse this sentence according to parts of speech, then I would be pronoun, M is verb, that is auxiliary verb, driving is man verb, my here means adjective, determiner, and car is noun. So this is what we call parsing, to divide words according to their categories, grammatical categories. Not only did they learn English parsing division completely, we also practice continually English analysis. This was a great thing they were getting with. Mr. Somerville had a system of his own. He had his own way of delivery, or way of lecturing. He took a fairly long sentence and broke it up into its components by means of black, red, blue and green ink. This was his way of teaching. He used to take considerably long sentences, and he used to parse them into its components like noun, pronoun, adjective, interjection, preposition, etc. and etc. Using different colors like black, red, blue and green. There is an example given over here: subject, verb, object, relative clause, conditional clause, conjunctive and disjunctive clauses, etc. and etc. These are grammatical terms. We are not supposed to go into much detail about that. What are distinctive what are conjunctive. Okay, and these will be discussed later when we will be dealing with the grammar part. Okay, but as far as this paragraph or this chapter is concerned, okay, Mr. Somerville had his own system of teaching. He loved to take fairly long sentences and he used to break it into its components, okay, using different colors like black, red, blue and green. Okay, and what he used to parse or break the sentence up into subject, verb, object, etc. and etc. right, to make the students fully understood about the theme. Okay, that is why the students loved him much, right? He was a sincere, he was a delightful man. He knew how to teach the students, right? So this is how the writer took advantage over the intelligent students, right? Thank you. It's enough for today. This will be carried on in the coming lectures.